Hey guys, just trying something new. Hopefully this works out well, but if it doesn't, just try it anyways. So this is the advice column where I take people that I found in numerous events or people that watch my videos, and I give them advice on their bands for whatever their favorite event is. So just to throw this out here, I would have had this out a couple days ago, except my headphones broke, and I didn't actually know that my webcam had a microphone built into it, so that's also why the audio quality might not be as good as it used to. My headphones just kind of snapped. One of the cups just like ripped off of it, and I'm going to try to fix it or see what we can do about replacing it, but until then, I'm gonna have to make do with what I have, and right now that's just my webcam microphone. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So first off, as you can see, we have SlipKW, who enjoys PvP events and doesn't think that he needs a lot of help with his band. Well, I don't know. It's pretty good. I'll show you guys 1 second. Okay, so here's his band. As you can see, it's pretty awesome. It has a lot of value, as you can see the Dread Decipius, Etirib, and 2 Nebus. They're pretty crazy expensive, not to mention Regolith's like 40 bitters if I remember correctly. And yeah, so overall there's quite a bit of value in this. So what I would do first off is take and put Dread in the middle first of all, and then take the other Nebu and have them around in a line for a champ line for PvP. Sell off the Atirib, the Regolith, and the other four, which I forget the names. And the only thing you're going to be keeping at this point is the 2 Nebus and the Dread. And then try to build yourself a nice preempt line. And that's going to help you out the most, is because eventually it gets to the point where the preempt lines are almost essential, because the really powerful gurus end up one-shotting your champ line, and you can't have that happening. So build a preempt line first and foremost. This can be anything from Dilgon to a Tani Dusu, or even a more budget variety of them, which is what I use, which is Amoralis. I wouldn't recommend getting an Inzuna at this point, especially because they're so expensive. I don't know if you sold all of that, if you would even have enough to get an Inzuna. So definitely go for some lower end stuff, a Tani Dusu, Dilgon, Amoralis, and get those first and foremost, maybe with some nice super fusions or even just some decent gear. Then I would go for a guru line, probably single target gurus, but if you felt like it, you felt like challenging the meta or something, you could go with all target gurus, and that would suit you just fine, especially with how powerful your band is right now. So all in all, keep the Nebus and the Dread and sell off the rest, because they're not going to fare well in PvP compared to other things that you could be using. Like Atirib doesn't have enough HP and defense to be used well in PvP. So that's the advice for you, Slip. Thank you very much for your support in letting me put you in this video. The second person of the day will be Potatoes is Potato. Well, as you can see, Potatoes is Potato likes PvP. Well, I can help you out with that. So the first thing that I notice about this band is that it's obviously a relatively new band for a new player, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Though I would definitely invest in some decent gear. Go for twin sawtooths to start out with, and I honestly would sell everything you have right now for bitters, because like the 3 legendary rares that you have in the bottom left corner, the epics that you have, they're all worth generally a very small amount of bitters, but they're still worth a few bitters. So what I would go for to boost the power that you have in PvP events is I would first off sell everything, like I said earlier. Then I would pick up some Munatis, and if you want some more information on Munati, I have a video about it. Go to my profile and then scroll down. You'll see the breakdown, and there you can see exactly why I recommend Munati to everyone that's a new player. But assuming that you know all about Munati, I would definitely get a line of them because they're powerhouses when you're first starting out. It costs a total of about 30 bitters to get a full line of them, and you're not going to find a better return on your investment than you will a Munati line. It's ridiculous. You'll get so many points, and you'll be able to place high on the leaderboards, especially with a full line of them. And all in all, I would definitely recommend that you look into getting a line of them as soon as possible. So sell off your bottom left corner first and foremost, then follow with the rest of them just by assorted value in bidders, and then we'll move on from there. But definitely get a Munati line, and then you can look into champ lines, and then finally guru lines. So definitely sell those legendary rares though, the leaderboard rares, because they have a lot of value, especially right after the event they're in, and it just decays with time. So you have to sell them off really quickly to get your max value out of them. Also, thank you again for your willingness to participate in this new video series. So for our third player, we're going to delve into PvP, which we've already seen twice, but I will always be happy to give out advice for PvP. It's also my favorite event, so I definitely think that I know where to give advice from, especially with this event. So thank you very much for your willingness to participate. Let's get into it. So without going into too much detail right off the bat, I noticed that you have a lot of epics that are completely unfinished. Now, you generally would probably need to stay away from that and lean towards more selling your incomplete epics for complete epics or bitters, because generally you're going to find that the most powerful skills need to be at their lowest cooldown possible to be effective, and when you have incomplete epics like you do, it really tends to put down the maximum power that you're going to get out of your band and the output that you'll get out of it when you're looking towards rewards and leaderboard spots. So I would sell off pretty much everything you have at this point. Again, I'm not seeing a whole lot that correlates with the PvP type band, and pick up some staples. Mainly drop the legendary and go from there, because you're going to get the most for your legendary at this point, and pick up either a preempt all line, or I guess you could pick up a champ line or even a Tish pack line, because what's going to happen is you're going to find that the maximum power output that you'll get from a preempt line is a lot less than what you have right now, but you'll be able to kill a lot more of the single target gurus that are maxed out that you find in the later levels of PvP. So I'd recommend that you sell off everything again, but you look into going into a champ line that's more standardized, or a preempt all line, which is what I've been saying for everyone else as well, because right now it's just not a structured band. You're not going to get the most optimum output from it, and that's what a lot of people fail to see when they're trying to improve their bands. They just go for whatever looks coolest, or whatever's easiest to get at the time, or even they think that there's a solid strategy where they're going with their band, and it just doesn't fall together in the way that they were hoping. And I think that you're probably getting that from your band. So again, thank you for your willingness to participate in this brand new video series, and on to the next one. So, Sniping Panda 99, first of all, I'm very sorry to hear that you got hacked and that your band needs help from that. And Also, I'm very happy to see that your favorite type of event is Siege, so we can bring a little bit of variety to this. So let's get on with it. So, going for a Siege band, I can see that you already have a somewhat powerful mid and probably are using the Inspirits to power up its attack. Only thing that I can really recommend that you change is remove all three of the other types of fighters that you have there and sell them, and then buy something that's more centralized and complete. So maybe like a Cadmian or something that you could use for a lot more power and survivability during the different things that you'd need a siege for. So you need a siege band for the bosses especially, so you can use your Inspirit band to power it up to be a lot more powerful than your current mid. So that's really all I can recommend. I'm really sorry that you got hacked though. If it's any consolation, you're definitely coming back from it, and the only thing that I can say is that you definitely should sell what you have right now, and the epics that you have right now, and then head towards a band that's more complementing each other. So the Inspirits are fine, just get something that's more powerful for your mid, and you'll be able to build up a lot more in the realm of like resources and also in just pure profit and bidders that you'll be able to spend on even more upgrades to your band. Once you start making those upgrades, then you'll start to see a lot more output for siege and even raid events. So hope that helps a bit. Again, sorry that you did get hacked. That's awful. So Camera 06000 also like siege events, so that's pretty cool. I do have quite a bit of advice for this one, so let's get on to it, shall we? So kudos to you for making a band that actually has some structure to it. That's fantastic. I haven't seen a lot of that tonight, but it really won't compliment you for siege very much, and I'll tell you why. So first off, you have preempt alls with very low damage output. That's great for PvP, it's great for dungeons some cases. However, for siege, it's only good, it's literally its only use would be for the sentries. So that's okay if that's your whole goal with the Munatis being there. I'm just saying you're not going to be able to get your maximum damage output with the Munatis being there. You have an all-hitting Guru, all-target Guru. Not bad, not bad. It should probably have something to complement it, but I can see why you would use it. You have a maxed out Tish Pack. Again, that's more of a PvP thing, but it probably helps you a lot with sentries, so that's something that you'll have to take into consideration. Your bottom row probably should be sold off so you can buy maxed out epics instead of having non-maxed out epics that are not nearly as optimal as a maxed out epic would be with a lowest cooldown skill. Maybe sell those and pick up a very powerful champ or a very powerful guru, because you definitely don't want to keep the Uruk as your center. Its survivability is very low, and you should probably look into getting something that has a higher HP or a higher wisdom or attack, so you can continue to make a center that's powerful enough to defeat the bosses. On to the next one. So that concludes the first advice column. I hope that you guys get something out of it. Maybe you just get some directions for your continued upgrading of your band for whatever event that you like in particular. So hopefully that helped. Hopefully you got something out of it. If that helped, if that's helping any of you watching, please consider subscribing. Really appreciate it. Really helps keep me motivated to make videos. I've said that before, but you know, it really does. It's nice to see numbers grow, I'm not gonna lie. So thank you guys very much for watching. Really appreciate it as always. And until next time, if you are interested in being a part of these, then please let me know in the comments below or via PM, and I will be sure to get back to you, and maybe you can be in the next video. So, yep. Thanks.